Good morning, Northwest. I'm Truman.
And I'm Isabella.
And we'd like to welcome you to Time Connect. Please stand for the pledge. Put your right hand over your heart and your left hand by your side and say it with us. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Please remain standing for dress code check. You may now be seated. Girls soccer tied and baseball won 10-0. And today's game day is against Hickory Ridge Middle. Baseball and volleyball are here, and soccer is away.
Good morning, Northwest. This is Isabella. During this week's announcement, we will review a few of the Positivity Project character streams covered so far. Throughout the week, we will take another look at fairness, humor, forgiveness, perseverance, and other people mindset, and cheering other success. Today, we'll focus on forgiveness.
Why does forgiveness matter? Forgiveness can often be seen as a selfless act, but it also carries many benefits for those who practice it. The benefits of forgiveness range from increased health to developing positive relationships. Remaining bitter and angry increases stress levels, and forgiveness helps an individual release anger and resentment.
As you go through your day, be sure to look for positivity in action and look for ways to demonstrate forgiveness.
And now for Mr. Agnott.
I forgive you for not asking me.
Okay.
All right, good morning, Northwest. It's a happy Wednesday. Weather's starting to change out there, so just make sure that we are continuing to follow the school dress code as the weather continues to get warmer and warmer, and we approach the end of our school year. Just a couple things before I get started on the This Day in History for our Wednesday is just for all of our students, just make sure you're continuously checking their Power School, making sure that you are talking to your teachers, looking at your grades, making sure that we are prepared, getting ourselves prepared to take the EOGs in the next couple of weeks here. I know that 7th grade, we're getting ourselves prepared to take our Charleston trip that's going to be happening in a few weeks, so we're all excited about that. And then when we come back, it'll be, pretty close to the time of EOG time and then the end of the school year. So just kind of keep the pedal down to the metal and ensure and finish your school year strong. All right, so today is Wednesday, and it is April 16th. I wanted to go over a couple of events. The very first one, I don't want to go into a whole lot of detail about it, but in 2007, we did have the Virginia Tech incident. I want to put it that way because we're here at school. The Virginia Tech incident that took place on April 16, 2007. This is where we had a situation, 32 students and staff members and professors had lost their lives on that date. So it was definitely something that we want to remember for not just at Virginia Tech, but it was definitely a worldwide story. So that was in 2007. For our social studies students, you guys are already well past this in 7th and 8th grade. But in 1917, on April 16th, Vladimir Lenin, who became the father of communism in that what will be turned into the Soviet Union, was actually placed from exile and brought to Russian territory for the sole purpose to create a revolution that would get Russia out of World War I. He was actually placed on a train that was provided to him by Germany. And Germany's sole purpose to put him on there is know that he was known as a rabble-rouser and a revolutionary, and that he was going to overthrow the monarchy and change what we know for the next 80-plus years is the Russian territory being known as the Soviet Union, run under communism, and that was Vladimir Lenin. So then in I believe it was 74, let me double check, we had Apollo 16, who actually, 72. Apollo 16 departs, and it becomes the fourth out of 5 lunar surface missions. So we know that Apollo 11 was the first official flight that actually landed a man on the moon, and then NASA continued to launch astronauts into space and continue to land on the lunar surface. I think that's pertinent today because we do have, obviously, you know that Elon Musk and SpaceX, they are trying to get us back on the moon again with the hopes then to be able to start then the missions to Mars. So definitely something that is the space race that was what it was called back in the 1950s, 60s, and 70s between the United States and the Soviet Union has now turned into what we see today as another space race with the United States involvement. And then the last one is, and I believe that the majority of our students will understand this one, is Kendrick Lamar actually becomes the first official rapper to win the Pulitzer Prize for his work, for his CD, or for his music that he created in 2018. He is actually the first musician, the first artist outside of classical writers going back into like the 15th, 16th century that actually received the Pulitzer Prize for this. And the Pulitzer Prize, for those who don't know what it is the highest honor you can receive for writing in their different categories of writing. Obviously, his was in music. So congratulations to Kendrick Lamar with that outstanding achievement on April 16th of 2017. All right, Northwest, so that is your Wednesday History Day. Always be respectful, be responsible, and be safe. Have a wonderful Wednesday, and good luck to our teams today.